Om Shanti. So today Baba is talking about pulling your intellect from the dirty world. Let me read out the Murli and we will understand it as we read it. The essence today is, sweet children, always remember that a lot of time has gone by and that only a short time remains. You now have to forget those dirty bodies and the world and return home. Now, when you think about this word, dirty bodies and the dirty world and going back home, you don't think about your body, do you? So when you think about dirty bodies and you think about the dirty world, you think about the world that starts from 2 lanes after your house. You don't think about the dirty world as the world you live in, your immediate world. Now, in the Murli today, Baba is talking about 2 kinds of joy, the sensuous joy and the supersensuous joy. Baba is telling us that now there is very little time left and we have to stay in supersensuous joy. If you ask everybody in the world today, are you in a joyful state? I will tell you, most people say yes. Even if not all. And some people will say at some times in the day that I am not joyful. But then at other times they will say that, yes, I am very happy. But if you ask them, are you always happy or always joyful? They will say, how is that possible? Now, Baba says that you have to go to a world of constant happiness, constant joy. Heaven, golden age, is a world of constant joy, ever happy world. And in order to go there, we need to have sanskars of staying always happy and always joyful. Now, when we get Baba's Gyan, we want to get rid of things that are sorrowful around us. Yes, things that cause us unhappiness or distress or sorrow. We want to get rid of them. And when we are around those things, we like to remember Baba. Yes, so if you love your daughter and your daughter is away, you love to remember Baba at that time because you don't like the sorrow that that situation is bringing to you. So sorrow is, in my opinion, sorrow is better than happiness. Because sorrow in Kali Yuga brings you closer to Baba. Yes, so whenever there is sorrow, you remember Baba more. But the problem is sensuous joy or sensuous happiness. Happiness that comes from the senses. Yes, so most of the time you're feeding the senses and enjoying happiness. So you are in a state of happiness because something is right about everything. You have a great body, you exercise, you get happiness. You wear fine clothes, you get happiness. Comb your hair a certain way, you get happiness. Yes, so the happiness of eating good food, or the happiness of enjoying the company of who you want and like. And Baba says all that is sensuous happiness coming from the senses. In Hindi, it is called Indriya Sukh. It's coming from what you see, what you wear, what you hear, what you touch, what you smell. It's all coming from that. And then you find that not dirty, you find that very sweet. And you get caught up in that. Yes, and then if you can afford it, you make your life all about jumping from one sensuous pleasure to another. This is what people are doing, yes? If they have the money and the time and the energy and the physical vitality and the circumstances, they make their life all about jumping from one sensuous pleasure to the other. And apparently it looks very rosy. And when other people see these people, they feel that these are the happiest people on earth. And then they invite a lot of comparison and jealousy and all of that stuff also. But that very sensuous, that engagement in sensuous pleasure or joy is a cover, is a veil which is hiding the inner emptiness. And the inner emptiness is growing. This is why we have a problem with the virus and the lockdown, because we cannot keep ourselves in a state of happiness without meeting the people we love, or without going out or enjoying the food we like, or enjoying a trip that we would love to have. So all of those things, basically I feel that there are two big things in life these days: desire and the fulfillment of desire. So half the time you keep desiring, and half the time you keep experiencing temporary happiness because of the fulfillment of that desire. And sometimes when you don't have access to that desire or the fulfillment of that desire, then that is when the problem starts. And Baba says we have had 63 births of this creation of desire and fulfillment of desire, and this has all gone on, and the sanskar that we have created out of it is of acute unhappiness and emptiness inside. So that is the real state. Now, it is very difficult to understand ego when that ego is on, when that bandage is there, it is very difficult to see it. But when situations and time and scenes in the drama just pull that cover down, and then you are made to, forced to see inside what is inside and what is the level of emptiness inside, then you don't want to face it. Then you start blaming the drama, then you start blaming other people, then you start blaming machineries and governments and this and that. But what you are faced with is not the dirtiness of the world outside. You're faced with the dirtiness of the world inside, because you've not taken the time to clean it. And so Baba says that when time forces you, it becomes very difficult to look inside. Yes, and when you don't have the power, and then you are traumatized by the events, and then they force you, they snatch something away from you. So drama has its own way to force you to see inside, and it will take away from you that which gives you happiness. And that will put you in a very bad situation. So Baba says that train yourself. So this is why don't learn from the drama, learn from Baba. Make Baba your teacher. Yes, most people in the world say time is a great teacher, but time is a hard teacher. But Baba is a very good teacher, sweet teacher, loving teacher. Learn from Baba. Baba is the father and the teacher. He teaches, but he knows he's teaching his child. So he teaches with love. He nurtures while he teaches. So what is the teaching that Baba is giving? Baba is saying, learn to create a state of supersensuous joy by keeping your third eye open. Baba says, I am giving you the knowledge of who you are, who you belong to, and who you are going to become. And let this knowledge sit so deeply in your buddhi. Let it sit so deeply in your heart that anything that is happening around you is not able to attract you or displease you. So both these things. So Baba says, fight the force of attraction, or overpower the force of attraction also by just making it a practice to indulge not in sensuous joy but supersensuous joy. Tell yourself, yes, the food today is good, but that's not the happiest news. The happiest news is I'm sitting with Baba and having food. Yes, tell yourself that the dress you're wearing is good, but that's not the best dress you have. The best dress is coming. And the best dress is the one you will be wearing in the golden age. That is the dress. So Baba says, keep your spirits always high in supersensuous joy. And when you create this habit of staying in a joy which is not coming from the current surroundings, then these things will not be able to attract you and make you dependent. And if they are not able to attract you and make you dependent, tomorrow they cannot give you sorrow. Yes, so they lose their power to give you sorrow because you have taken away the power from them to give you happiness. And in the Murli today, Baba says that even though Brahma Baba had connections with great jewelers and big people in the society, and he had a lot of money and he could afford a lifestyle which was lavish and very indulgent, Baba chose to wear a simple robe. Why? Because Baba wanted to break away from the body consciousness. So Baba wanted to work on that sanskar of deriving happiness from contacts and dresses and clothes and food and stuff. So he made that conscious effort. And Baba in the Murli says, wear a dress which has 100 patches on it. Yes, let me read out that bit for you. It's very interesting. Baba says, You children should have happiness in your intellects. You should be experiencing super sensuous joy. The Father says, become soul conscious. In order to break the consciousness of your body, Baba had told you to wear clothes with 108 patches on them. Yes, so just wear it for a day and see how it affects you. Yes, so what is the basis of your happiness? Is it the clothes you're wearing? Yeah, so is it the clothes you're wearing? Is it the food you're eating? Is it the work you are doing? Baba says just break that body consciousness. And Baba says, although there were connections with eminent people and jewel merchants, how did that intoxication break? So, Brahma Baba, he did not only feel he's a great soul when Shiv Baba came and sat in his body. He used to feel he's a great person even before that, because he had these connections with eminent people and, um, these jewel merchants, and then the queen was her client, was his client. So he had that intoxication. And do you know that intoxication is such an impure kind of intoxication that the pure intoxication of belonging to Baba cannot supersede it. So you have to first break that. So if there is a colored cloth and you want to have it colored in a different color, then you first bring it to white and then you color it in another color. It becomes very easy. So Baba says, break that intoxication of who you are right now. So for people who feel I don't have much, it becomes very easy to stay in the intoxication that I have Baba. But if you have the intoxication, I have a lot. Baba says, just break that and come to this feeling that no, that is going to go away. So that's not my real wealth. My real wealth is Baba. So Baba says, one had to be soul conscious. I am a soul and this is an old body. So Mama used to always train children very consciously that whenever you see something new, know it is old. This world is old. This body is old. This dress is old. Everything is old. And Baba says, when something is old, you cannot get attracted to it. So Baba says, remember, this is an old body. This is an old world. And Baba says, I have to shed this one and take a new first class body. And along with remembering this is an old body, remember the next body you're going to get is a first class body. It is a deity-like body, yes. So it's the body of a deity. So remain in that intoxication. And Baba says that a snake sheds its skin and takes another. You children have this knowledge in your intellects. We will shed these old skins and then take new ones. You will receive other bodies. So are you interested in getting a new body? How many are interested? Do you know that means you will shed this body? So if you stay in enough intoxication of your new body, you don't mind shedding this one. You don't mind shedding this one. So Baba says, I am giving you the knowledge of your new body. Allow that knowledge to sit so deeply in your intellect that you don't mind shedding this old body. And that's how you get a new one. You leave the old one, right? So Baba says, let all of this knowledge enter the intellects of you children drop by drop. And when I hear this expression drop by drop, I think about patience. Yes, so you have to sit with this knowledge and just sit for hours together so that it enters your intellect drop by drop. Knowledge doesn't enter like some big stream or flush, it doesn't enter like that. It enters drop by drop, and you have to really sit with knowledge for hours together every day for it to enter your intellect drop by drop. And so I don't know if you've enjoyed if you've relished the drops. So when it rains, and it rains drop by drop, and you just sit and enjoy each drop, it gives you a fulfillment which is greater than when it rains very heavily. So Baba says you have to sit under that rain of knowledge and allow it to soak you, yes, drop by drop. And it requires great patience and sitting and relishing knowledge. So just sit and think about these points and let these points sit in your intellect drop by drop. And Baba says, this is a dirty world. Even while seeing it, you have to remove it from your intellects. Now, you can only remove something from your intellect if something else is sitting in your intellect. So Baba says, if you allow this knowledge that Baba is giving you to sit in your intellect, and if you keep churning on it all day, then even if the world is dirty and you will see and hear about the world, it will not enter your intellect, because your intellect will be purified by that the pure knowledge that you're churning in your intellect. So Baba says this is a dirty world. Even while seeing it, you have to remove it from your intellects. We are going on a pilgrimage. And when you have this pure intellect, you can fly to Baba and just experience Baba's love and quality whenever you want. So whenever you're here, you keep purifying your intellect by churning knowledge. And then sometimes you can go on a pilgrimage and just we reach Baba, relish his goodness and his beauty and his powers and virtues, and come back. Our intellect's yoga is with the home. You have to practice these. These things have to be practiced. It doesn't come naturally. This body is old and the world is old. You have to practice this. This body is old, the world is old. And you have had visions, and you now have to shed your bodies and all your bodily relations, and you have to return home. You have the happiness inside you that you are now to return home. So this is the basis of your happiness. So when children have exams, how do they keep themselves in happiness? They keep counting. This is the third but last exam. This is the second but last exam. And after that, we are going to have 2 months of vacation, and we are going to go here and there. So Baba says, you also keep yourself in happiness, that these times are very short. And then after that, your world is coming. You will have a first-class body. You will have first-class relationships. And most importantly, the 5 elements of nature will be cooperative with you. So stay in that happiness and just cross this time. But Baba says you have to identify this act of Maya, that Maya makes you entangled in sensuous pleasure. And then you remember Baba for all that you don't like, but things that you like and people that you love. Maya enters from that doorway. And Baba says you have to make an effort to become soul conscious. You have to make an effort to leave the intoxication of the old body and the old relationships, because they are old. And you know what is the sign of something that is old? It can just collapse any moment. So Baba says these things that you are relying on for your happiness are old, and they will just give up any time, and then you will be left mourning and in sorrow of these things. So while they are there, break your intellect away from them and train yourself to always stay in supersensuous joy. Now, Baba tells something else also today, and that is very interesting. Baba says, how did Ravan snatch away the kingdom from you? So, Baba says, the kingdom was not snatched away from us through war. In the kingdom of Ravan, the directions we receive are corrupt. And from elevated, we become corrupt. So, Ravan doesn't do anything. Ravan just fills our buddhi with Ravan mat. So he gives us certain directions which, when enter our intellect, they make us sorrowful. So you know what Ravan has told us? So Ravan has taught us that even if the scene in front of you is very beautiful, you know that what is coming can be worse. So, you know, people say, don't laugh too much, bad times might come. Or even if this good is happening, I don't know about tomorrow. Yes, so so there is a lady and she called me and she said that my son is not well. He got infected with COVID, and I told her, okay. So she said, you pray for him. And I said, okay, we will do the needful. And then after 6 hours, I called her and asked, how is he doing now? So she said, he's better, but, so I said, but what? So she said, but Didi, you can't be happy right now because we don't know how it's going to turn out next. So this is what Ravan has taught us. So people say, keep your fingers crossed. That means wait for the bad that is coming. So Baba says, no. What is ultimately coming is very good, the best. So just keep that in your awareness, and whatever is happening is just a scene in drama. And drama is designed to change continuously. Every scene in the drama is designed to change continuously. Don't focus on these changes. Just focus on what is ultimately coming, and that is very beautiful. So this is Ravan Mat and this is Baba's Mat. And there are hundreds of these kinds. So Ravan says you are anyway alone. So, you know, people tell you, you come alone and you go alone. And you're always alone. And Baba says, you're always with Baba. You're never alone. In the soul world, you're with Baba. When you come down, you're in sorrow, you're with Baba. Even though you don't know him, he protects you. And then now he comes and adopts you and makes you what you can become. So you're always with Baba. Baba says you're never alone. You are never alone. Yes, so Baba says that Ravan has put something in your buddhi, and that's why you are the way you are now. And then what I am telling you, just let it enter your intellect drop by drop, and you will feel different. But you have to do this practice. Yes, it doesn't come without practice. So now you're hearing it, but all through the day, keep churning it. That the whole world is going to, the things are going to collapse and everything is happening and it will disintegrate. But then I'm becoming an angel and going with Baba. So keep this in your buddhi, keep contemplating on it. And then Baba says today that, so for all those of you who have this intoxication that I'm not a student anymore, so Baba says this is now your student life. And that is why you have to have a pen and notebook when you sit. So you have become a student again. Do you miss your student life? Yes, so people miss their student lives, and Baba says you don't have to miss it anymore. You are again a student. And Baba says this is your student life. While living at home with your families, you are also studying this course. Many children do double courses in the world. They receive a lift. So if somebody does a double course at one time, they receive a lift. Now Baba says your course is to study this while living at home with your families. So Baba says this is your double course, that you will live with the family but study this course. So this is the double course, and this double course will take you to heaven. And Baba says today, let what you are becoming enter your intellects drop by drop. The deities are so first class. People go in front of their idols and sing the praise. You are full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full. We are sinners and cheats. We are completely without virtue. Baba says that, sometimes Baba has told us that you're going to become a deity, and we say, okay, I'm going to become a deity. And we think that is so ordinary, but just stop for a second and think about what you're becoming. And if somebody is going to become a doctor, they have so much of zeal in them that I'm going to become a doctor and I'm going to wear this stethoscope and this apron, and then, I'm going to treat patients. And Baba says, just think about what you're going to become. You're going to become the one in front of whose idols used to go and say that you are full of virtues and we are cheats and thugs. That is the one you're going to become. And Baba says, God cannot have mercy in this or even give blessings. In fact, you have to give yourself mercy and blessings. You were deities, but look what you now have become. Look at yourself and then make effort to become deities. And how do you become deities? By imbibing divine virtues. So what is the difference between a deity and a human? A human has human values and a deity has divine virtues. Yes? Nowadays, humans don't even have values. That's a different story altogether. But even when humans have values, deities have divine virtues. And what is the difference between human values and divine virtues? So a human value is to be punctual and judge those who are not punctual. So what is a human value? You reach on time, yes, and then you judge those who are late. And then you say, oh, this world is going to, I don't know where, and how these people are conducting themselves, and everybody should keep up their values, and this is not the way it works. And then you get bitter and frowning about it all the way. So Baba says that is a human value. And what is a divine virtue? A divine virtue is you stay loveful and peaceful come what may. Yes, so you, for yourself, you may choose to be punctual, but when you reach, you have love and peace in your heart for anybody who is reaching late. That is a divine virtue. And this is why, deities are always shown with a smiling face. You can never smile all the time if you don't have divine virtues. So Baba says, now you have to make effort to become a deity. You don't have to ask for mercy. I cannot make you a deity. You have to make effort to become a deity. And Baba says, you have to make effort to become beautiful from ugly. On the path of devotion, they say someone was dying, but due to someone's blessing, hand of that Mahatma and say, I want your blessings. Here you have to study. So, you know what happens in bhakti? Somebody says, I got cured because of this person or this. Now now this is going on with medicines also. So these days nobody knows what is the right medicine. So then somebody says, I got cured because of that. And then everybody starts taking that medicine. Or somebody says, I just chanted this mantra and I got all right. And then you start chanting that mantra. Now Baba says, now you don't have to do all of that. You don't have to depend on anything. You take the medicines that are prescribed by the government, that is okay. But then don't go after any person or any myth or anything that people are saying this has extra power and they can cure you. Baba says you study, and the study says there are only four things which are powerful: knowledge, yoga, the imbibing of purity, and the punya karma that you earn from seva. So Baba says these are the four things that will give you power. So always remember that this is a study, and if you study well, you will not fall into trouble. There is no question of mercy or blessings. Manmana bhav has a meaning. Baba says many people just give it like a mantra. So Manmana bhav is not something you chant like a mantra. Manmana bhav means connect your mind to God. And Baba says this is not a mantra to chant. This is a yantra to use. So this is like a technique, this is like a pathway, and this is something that you have to do inside and come to that state. So Baba says you have to actually connect your mind to God. It's not like you just have to chant the mantra. So in the world, people say Om Shanti with a lot of sorrow and with a lot of peacelessness. And people say, Om Shanti, I am very distressed by this news. So Om Shanti means I am peaceful. Then how can you be distressed by the news? So Baba says, you have to sit as an embodiment of the mantra. You don't have to chant the mantra. It's not just to be spoken. You have to become a form of that mantra. So Baba says, Om Shanti, Manmana Bhav, Madhyaji Bhava. These are mantras that Baba has given, and these mantras are not to be chanted. You have to become a form of that mantra. That is, you have to imbibe what that mantra is saying and become a form of it. Okay? So, Om Shanti. Now let's remember Baba for some time and then we will finish. See yourself very distinct from this physical body. I am a soul drawing in the light and might from Baba. Subtle waves of pure light reaching out to me from Baba. These rays of light are creating a body of light around me. In this state of communion, I am turning into an angel. My body is a body of light now, and every organ of my body is filled with purity and love. Look at your eyes, the eyes of an angel, radiating pure love. And the wish to comfort the heart of everyone around you. In this state of an angel, I walk through the day, nurturing each one and each thing, with the purity of my thought, word, and action. Wherever I am present, people feel the presence of Baba along with my presence. Their hearts are healed, and they receive power through my drishti. Baba looks at his children through my drishti. Baba comforts their hearts through my words. I offer myself completely to Baba. Baba gives whatever he has to give to his children through this instrument. Just sit in this feeling of lightness for some time.